United States owes billions of dollars in climate funding to developing countries. But the war in Ukraine is delaying payments and slowing down U.S. progress to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and it has leaders in low-lying and less wealthy nations feeling frustrated and forgotten. Effectively, the U.S. owes the rest a climate debt that needs to be paid, says Mohamed Adow. Our continent is effectively on the front line, and we are paying for the harms of these climate pollutants. In 2021, the U.S. promised to dramatically cut greenhouse gas emissions this decade, and send long-overdue money to help developing countries transition to cleaner energy and protect trees. If the U.S. follows through, it's still possible to keep global temperatures from rising catastrophically and prevent tens of millions of unnecessary deaths, according to scientists and economists. But the Russian invasion of Ukraine might put many U.S. promises on hold. Months after renewing its pledges at the International Climate Conference in Glasgow, the U.S. has not passed any major climate legislation. The Biden administration has rolled back limits on domestic oil and gas drilling to cope with rising energy prices. This spring, Congress allocated less than one-third of the international climate funding it pledged, even as it rushed billions of dollars in military assistance to Ukraine. It's very disheartening and worrisome, says Alejandra Lopez, a climate policy expert with Transforma, an environmental think. I don't mean to be disrespectful. The war is a major crisis, she says. But even if this war is a very scary scenario, climate change continues to be scarier. The lack of urgent action by the world's wealthiest economy, and the country most culpable for climate change due to historical greenhouse gas emissions, is particularly frustrating for developing countries and where every day of delay puts more people at risk. By 2030, climate change could push nearly 5.8 million people into extreme poverty in Latin America and the Caribbean, according to the World Bank. The prognosis is even more dire for island nations that are on track to be entirely underwater by mid-century, and for cities in Southeast Asia, Africa and the Middle East where heat and rising seas will force millions of people to migrate in order to survive. We've already lost so many lives to climate. Whether it's drought, whether it's flood, whether it's cyclones, our continent has paid a huge price. This is deeply unfair. The U.S. owes billions of dollars in climate funding to less wealthy nations. It's not charity, but something akin to reparations.